Yo guys, what is up? Okay, so little disclaimer, what I'm about to talk about, I don't glamorize anything of the such like drugs or anything. Drugs are bad. There's certain drugs, I mean weed's okay, but acid is a no-go for me. I'll never take acid again. But just listen to my story, enjoy, and if you feel offended by the video, just, you know, give it a thumbs down, comment section below, tell me why you're offended. But anyway, we're getting on to the video, and yeah, let's go. Alright, so in this video I'm going to talk about Jenny, Nathan, big up yourselves. Also going to be talking about a friend that I'm not allowed to mention in the video just because of friends and family. But yeah, anyway, we was going to go to Jenny's house. We already pre-planned this like a week before or whatever, and we was all like, alright, let's try it out. I don't think any of us experienced it. No one's tried it before. So it was like a first time for everyone. And we was going... Oh, can't really say that. Yeah, I can't really say where we were because it was someone's house. But yeah, we was going to the countryside. It was a pretty nice area, beautiful house. So we got in there and we were just chilling out, and then we brought out the tabs. And if no one knows, which I'm sure some of you will, acid comes in many forms, I think, but one of the forms is a little paper tab and it's got like a little picture on. But yeah, so everyone started chewing their tabs. I chewed half of my tab at first because I was pretty anxious. This was about the same time that I was getting into like my anxious phase. It's not really a phase because it's kind of stuck now, but this is when I started like becoming anxious about things. And it just... Pro tip right now, pro tip, if you're gonna take a drug of any kind, make sure you're in the right mindset because it'll fuck you up if you're not. But anyway, all right, so there I am, I've took half, and we decide, yo, we can't just stay in this house, so let's go for a walk. Like it's gonna go dark soon, and it's like a really nice freaking forest around the corner with like nice little water features and a bridge. So we started walking towards there. Took us about 10 minutes to get into the forest, and that like didn't feel anything up to this point. 15 minutes in, we're walking over the bridge, can see all the water, everything looks dead nice. Still nothing yet. As we get to the end of this like tunnel, we come across, this is when it starts to kick in, and like the big stretch looks longer than it should. Like everything looked dead far away. Then we come to this end of the stretch, and there was these kids, like these were about 16 years old. Bearing in mind, we're like early 20s, like late teens. So this kid out of nowhere decides to come up saying, do you take cocaine? Do you take cocaine? Bro, do you take cocaine? What are you going on about, kid? Like, you don't even know us, move. And then he decides to come over to one of our friends and just flick his cap off his head. Wow, like, what is this guy doing? He starts to say, you see that girl over there? Points to one of the young girls. Yeah, I fingered her. I beg your pardon? What? And I think this girl hears or something, and she comes over and he's like, shush, 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 don't say anything. We're like, wow, you're a bit of a strange one, aren't you? Like, you're a bit of a weird kid. And then she comes over and starts hugging us, like introducing herself. And we're just like, wow, what the fuck is happening? Like, we're tripping on acid, and these like weird little strange kids are coming up to us asking if we take cocaine, freaking flicking caps off people's heads, and then young girls like introducing themselves. Like, we just decided to get out. Alright, so we walk back to the house. As soon as we get into the house, things start getting like a bit more trippy. Like, I went to the bathroom, and then I was staring at the bathroom wall, and then it started like swirling and moving, and like I enjoyed that. Like, I enjoy the visual effect. And then we go into the kitchen, and on the kitchen table it's got like a table mat, and this table mat is pure white, and then it's got like green dots, like a polka dot. The green would like trickle into the white like paint, like wet paint, and it was freaking crazy. So I started standing on top of this freaking on top of this bench, and I started like moving my body, and it was just tripping. Yeah, it's kind of looking back now, I must have looked pretty weird, but it was crazy. Like, I enjoyed the visual effects. Like, the visual effect, it was enjoyable, but everything else started to feel dead on edge, and I don't know, I felt like I needed to get out of the situation. So me and Nathan, I think Nathan went outside. I went outside with him, and then I was like, bro, like I feel like I need to go home. I think I want to go home. I need to get away from this situation. I'm starting to feel a bit weird. So Nathan had my car keys. I drove there. He had my car keys, and he was like, bro, I'm not giving you your car keys. And he put them in his pocket. I was like, bro, I need to go home. I don't feel like I need to be here, and I want to go away from the situation. And as he said, I can't have my car keys, I suddenly felt trapped, like I couldn't get out of the situation. So that made it 10 times worse. So I go back in the house, we just chill out, and it was a bit weird. Like 5 minutes later, I go back outside, and Nathan's telling me that he can see people, like these weird, like booky guys, and every time he looks at them, like they look away, like they start covering the face and that. So I'm getting proper freaked out now, like, whoa, this is a bit weird. It was a bit of a bad trip at that point. We're enjoying it. I was like, wow, I defo need to get out of this situation now. So I think we go back in the back, and I was smoking weed at this point, and it was probably the stupidest idea. We started to roll a joint, me and the guy that I can't say, and we started smoking this joint, and then things started to get even more weird. Like everything seemed to enhance. I was kind of like freaking out at this point now. I was like, yo, guy that I can't say, I'm just gonna, what can I call him? I'm just gonna call him freaking Sam. I'll call him Sam. His name's not Sam, but we'll call him Sam. So I was like, Sam, bro, I need to get out of this spot. Like let's go for a walk just down the street, and like I need to like get some fresh air. So we walk down the street, and I don't know why, but we just sit like under this lamppost. And we're just like there, and Sam isn't saying anything. Sam's like, I can't even get a response out of him. So I'm like, Sam, bro, are you alright? Are you alright, Sam? Oi, Sam. Oi, talk to me, man. Yo, talk to me. And I'm not getting no response, like, whatsoever. So it's like mad. Then I decide I can't take this no more. I need to go home. I need to sort my head out. So I'm like, Nathan, I need my car keys, bro. I'm taking my car keys. So he just gives in, and he just gives me my car keys. He knows that he shouldn't have done it. He told me this like the next day, and I think he was like apologetic for it. You know, I would have got my car keys. I was freaking out. So I ended up getting in my car and getting... I just said his name then. So I ended up getting in my car and getting Sam and just like getting out of there. I remember reversing, like, I just thinking, how the hell did I just reverse out of this driveway? And like, bro, like, yeah. And then so we drive now. I don't know how I'm driving, but as soon as I start driving, yeah, I'm looking at my hands, and I've got my hands on the steering wheel. All I can like describe it as is like spaghetti hands. I seem like 3 yards away from the steering wheel, and my hands are like, oh, I can't like that. Like I'm driving like that. It's so weird. Like, I can't really explain it. Like, oh, bro, it was so weird. Yeah, so we start driving now. I don't know how I'm driving at this point. Bro, like, do not ever drink and drive, smoke and drive, be on drugs and drive. It is a very dangerous thing. I'd regret doing that because I could have put someone's life in danger, never mind myself and my mate. So yeah, I kind of regret that. That's one of my biggest regrets about that night. Nothing went wrong, thankfully, but yeah, don't do that. But anyway, back onto the story. So yeah, we drive round the corner, and then there was these two men. So we put the window down, like, excuse me, mate, how'd you get to Manchester? Probably like freaking yeah, but them two men, like, they directed us. Like, I don't know how we found ourselves like on the right route, but we did. The plan was to go back to Sam's, so we drove to Sam's, and I remember just pulling up outside Sam's, and I was like, nah, I still feel weird. I don't feel comfortable. I need to go to my house. So we drove another like 20 miles or 10 miles or so to my house, and I was like, shit. Oh wait, actually, I remember freaking, we parked up the road. I don't know why we parked up the road. I don't know why I didn't drive to my house, but we parked up the road. I remember going back the next morning and just seeing like half the car on the road and half the car on the freaking pavement. So yeah, shit me. And we walked from the car with no shoes on. I don't know. So yeah, my dad was asleep on the couch, and I remember like just knocking on, and my dad just like unlocked the latch and then just walked. So I was like, phew, like he's not looked at me. My mum and all the rest of my family was out, and so the room downstairs where my sisters live, we just like crashed in there. I remember reading up on acid, and it says that it stays in your system for like 8+ hours, and it's really hard to sleep. So we got in bed, and then Cookie and my dog ended up coming in, and then we let her out, and then Cookie ran in the living room where my dad was sleeping, and then jumped on my dad, and I could hear my dad moaning, like trying to get the dog off. And nearly said his name. And then Sam went and freaking, he looked like a zombie. So I imagine him just like crawling into my dad and like scooping the dog off my dad and then just like walking out with the dog. Like, oh, I hope this story seems as interesting as it was, because that was like one of the strangest experiences of my life. But yeah, and then yeah, we just try and get some kip at that point. But yeah, acid is the strangest thing that I've ever taken in my life, and I will never, ever, ever take it again. But this is what I mean. It's all about experiences. Do I like suggest people going to take acid? No, like you don't need to. I was in a bad place in my life right then. I was taking all kinds of drugs. I was escaping from problems at home, and then shortly after taking that acid, like it can change your mind. Like it can permanently change your mind, and I kind of still feel to this day that it has. It was kind of like a little wake-up call. Since taking the acid, not long after, I decided to quit all drugs, and I've been clean for over a year now. I don't even smoke weed anymore, so there's always a positive to a situation. So yeah, that's my crazy story on acid. Don't do drugs and drive. Don't take acid. I hope you did enjoy this video, and if you are offended, like, I'm sorry. Just like I say, just put a thumbs down, or like write me a comment of why you're offended. If you think of me as a different kind of person, then so be it. This is me. People live and learn. So yeah, but anyway, if you did enjoy the video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Comment section below, use that. I'm always interactive down there. And yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace out, people. Bye bye.